This video is gonna start a bit slow because I was a bit sad because my shed is leaking through like quite a bit more than I expected. And yeah, so enjoy that opening because I sure as hell didn't.
Yeah, so we're in the shed, you can see, and that's all wet. We do have leakage up here from snow melting. While it's raining, that wasn't a problem, but right now it is. Anyway, we have a huge puddle here and here, and no, I didn't pee myself there. And that's all wet over there, which is terrible. I really need to redo the entire roof as soon as possible. I did leave like electric tools here, which I guess wasn't the smartest idea, but they all seem dry. I put this here because I thought, hey, some water can fall into it. Because over here is a crack. Oh yeah, you can see. Yeah, there's a crack right there. And I thought, hey, that's gonna be fine. But nope, no water here. Seems like. No water there. Yeah, of course it's a mess. It's always a mess. I don't have enough room to leave everything. So few jobs for today I wanted to do, but I'm thinking what can I do now? First, I suppose I'm going to start a fire to heat up this area and try to dry it off as much as possible. Yeah, that's my breath. It's cold. But and the water's dripping on me, which is fantastic. Fine. I'll start chopping some wood, start a fire, and let's make some room for our tasks of today. And yeah, I'll bring you back later. Still very cold. We just got fire. Wait, there we go. We got fires just started. You may be able to hear the crackling. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. But yeah, it's not like this area is gonna heat up a lot. Just around the furnace is going to get hot. Can you see? Yeah. I guess I'll switch the camera. Be right back. Yeah, so just this area will get hot. Hopefully this chair will get dried because it's falling apart now. Super old chair. I don't care too much about it. It will be fun to make it into something better, maybe. We'll see. Or make my own. But there's no point in making my own until, you know, this area doesn't get fixed from leaking. Which is going to be expensive. Well, not that expensive. I just don't have that much money anymore right now. So anyway, until this is fixed, which requires money that I don't have at the moment, yeah, we're not gonna do much else in this area. Plan when the roof gets fixed. I'm thinking of replacing it with like the thin metal roof. That's so much easier to set up, and it's not gonna leak a lot easier. I can make it not leak a lot easier anyway, rather than this, because all these boards need to be replaced, every single one. I don't trust them at all, especially with the color they are. You know, wood usually isn't black colored like that, unless it's ebony, but that's a different thing. Anyway, this whole thing removed, the whole wall. This is regular brick, this is mud brick. Remove up to the next layer of the brick because, I don't know, they put like concrete over it or something. It's pretty solid. So that's fine. That's holding up well. And then I'll add some shelves. I'll add some shelves or whatever here, where this layer of the brick was. Yeah, redo the roof and so on. But that's like way later though. Way later. Yeah, that's it's wrong angle. Yeah, but that's for way later. Ideally, right now we're going to make a better way for me to record, which is going to be a phone stand. And yeah, I'm not gonna buy one because who has money for that? I could spend that money, save it up for the roof or other projects if I can just make it out of all the scrap wood we have everything we need actually. So yeah, I'm going to try get I don't know what it's called. I'll get some paper. I'm gonna draw a project approximately. I'm gonna show you that, and then we're gonna make one. I'm going to do something because I'm still pretty cold in here. It's still pretty chilly. All the heat from over there, even though it's a fairly small room, there's like maybe another me can stand over there, but it's so cold that heat's just not reaching me. So look what I found. I found this old fan that's been broken. I'm just gonna take off the safety part. I'm gonna place it over there, and I'm gonna make it blow hot air, or it's gonna move the air towards me. Hopefully, we'll see. I just might have to throw it away. I don't know. Well, on the lowest settings, I still feel like it's like too fast. The little bit of hot air is coming this way, and it does feel a lot better. But I don't think I needed it to go that exactly that fast. I do have something to fix that, but not right now. That's better. So the idea here is my phone is like this, right? We got screen or whatever. This looks like Nintendo, whatever. I wanted the back of it, so back of it, cameras. We want, I don't know, something that's gonna hold it like this, and it's gonna go length of the phone here. On the bottom, it will have a hole. So, and out of that hole is going to have screw coming out, so I can connect to whatever else I want. All right. So over the phone, it will go slightly over and slightly over the screen, just so it has a good grip onto the phone. I can't draw very well if you haven't noticed. 1, 2, so I can bend it. This screw we can use it to move left or right. So left or right screw will go in there. It can move up or down. We already have left or right on it, so we don't need that. It can move up and down. It can turn around. I then want also a bend on here, right? So on the side, phone, let's say holder. We want to make one of these with a hole, so like a hinge, essentially. Screw behind that goes down, so we can move left or right, and then a plank it goes into that can be attached to this. Do you get what I mean? I don't think so. I'm gonna use this anyway because it's funny. It's terrible drawing. I never draw like a sketch or whatever. And also we want this attachment, and we want tripod, maybe. Tripod. We can screw that in to tripod also. Alright, so we want a phone holder first, something that we can attach to the phone. And we want one, not necessarily. So here, one piece, one piece that's going to go between two holder parts, 2 times 1 time. It will go between these two holder parts, and then well, no, because this holder part needs to be different. Okay, so then never mind. One of these, and then the other
with a hinge.
And out of that hinge, another screw to attach. Okay, so that's the first and most important part we need to get done. So these two are approximately same thickness, I think. This one is a bit thicker, but that's fine. So they need to be thicker than my phone, which they are, so I can drill a holder from one side and still have room left over. This is, by the way, my current phone holder, and it has a lot of problems. It moves, it cannot even hold the phone properly. These bands here is what's holding the phone, and the phone can drop out at any point because this thing is not holding it at all. So this is why this is old mic stand that I used to use when I used to stream video games back in the day. That never took off, so now we're here. Anyway, yeah. We're going to replace this with something better, something longer. I can put like higher up, and I can maybe drill into that wall and then record or stream from there. This wall also, though I don't trust this wall at all. Remember, boys, to wear protection, because that shit's loud. Eye protection so you don't go blind. I'll actually let you watch this time. Alright, see this? That's our hammer for today. And it's dull as it gets, I think. Whatever, I'll use it. It's not perfect, but it's better. I think I need new sanding paper. I think it's time for new sanding paper. Look at this. The edges are completely off. And we're gonna try to decide how much we're going to cut So just gonna go with it liberally. Just gonna say here. Gonna try transfer it to the speed square here. With a fast triangle, not speed square. With a fast triangle. Well, I suppose for now we can just cut this off and this off until the line. And then the rest off with the width of the phone, so phone can slot in. And the rest we can keep, I think. Let's see what's the width of the phone. That's not flat at all. It definitely cut it to... Look at that angle. That sucks. We'll fix it. Perfect. And don't get me wrong, there's still some imperfections and tear-outs. But for first proper chisel job, I don't think it's too bad. Oh, look who they decided to join us. Oh, is it nice and warm in here? Yes, it is. It's nice and warm in here. Not as cold as outside. Not as cold as outside. Cat. Meow. Meow cat. Please meow back. You wanna meow back? Wanna meow back. She's purring. Okay. Oh, Daisy. You want outside? Perfect. We get better tools. We can't make nicer stuff, but I definitely need this. This is one of the tools we need, so let's make it. Might not look the nicest, but eventually when we have money, we'll make nicer ones, or we can upgrade this one to be nicer. Anyway, I think that's gonna wrap up for right now. Slide is killing me. This is like I have on this one lamp. I have materials to make more, but I'm worried, as you can see, of the water. This one should be safe. But yeah, I'm gonna pick up my electric tools, bring them inside, because I'm not leaving them here to rust. There's no way. And hopefully, yeah, we're done for right now. What's up, nerds? Continuing on our work on the day, I don't know, it's Thursday now. I don't know, I think the last time it was either Sunday, I think. I don't know, I was very busy. So, starting the fire again. The shed is still messy as hell, and I cannot walk. Look at that. Yeah. Anyway, I also had plenty of time to think about stuff, and I thought of better ways to make one of this. We're just gonna use a drill. I can just cut like half of this twice as fast probably with the drill. Yeah, and I'm gonna continue working on that today. As soon as this area heats up, because it's cold again. It's very, very cold. We have our first half. It's not exactly the druid, but that's what I wanted anyway. So let's figure out the hinge idea. Drill to this, and with a screw we can tighten and loosen whenever we want. I suppose this part would have to be longer, so we can slot in one more screw here, and one will go through here. So we can, when we put our phone in from both sides, we clamp it down. We can still move it down and up, and we can still turn it around, whichever side we want. That's the idea. Let's see how it will turn out though. First, as always, we have to start by cutting wood. This piece of wood is already not straight, but nothing much I can do about that right now. Except we also want a thick boy where this can go through easily. Alright. Then we also want one more. Let's say here. So if we do it like that, so where that bolt's gonna go, where this bolt's gonna go. Just gonna cut it like that. Let's just cut this shape for now, and we'll work on the rest after. How about this? How about that? I'll even be kind enough to let you walk, maybe. Ear protection on. That's why we're making a new one. You like what you see? It's pretty cool. Not really. Well, it will be because I'm making it. I guess. I don't know. Alright, well that's done. It looks terrible, but it's fine. I don't care how it looks, honestly. A hole approximately there. Alright. And for that, we're gonna do two things. Alright, so electric tape is because we want to go up to here. You can't see much, can you? All I have to say is bruh. For real. I'm still gonna use it like this, fuck it. So, alright, this one's done. It's gonna look like this. I don't like this. I can see this. I can probably fill this in or something. We'll see. But yeah, it's ugly. We're gonna pretty it up later. But I needed to hold my phone as soon as possible because this is terrible. Anyway, yeah, two other rods gonna go here and here, and we're gonna tighten them up, and it's gonna look nice and all when I'm done. But for now, it's fine. I need more tools to make this nice. I don't even have like a rasp or anything. And also the question about this, if anyone was wondering so far. So the idea why it's in there instead of just being glued here, like I could have chiseled this and just glued it on. But I was worried about if I glue it on and I pull it too hard, it's gonna fall out. So I just spent a bit too much time on over engineering this and just shoving it inside where this wood is going to hold it. What else could I have done? Well, I could have also just chiseled a small hole for the nut to go in and then cut a small thin board and just screwed it in. That could have worked as well. But focus, please. Yeah. But also idea is I can use this, put it on a drill and use it like a lathe, and then I can make this like a nice circular shape. Maybe. We'll see. And yeah. That could be cool. We'll see how things go, but yeah, I do want to make like this a nicer angle and stuff like that. But with tools I have, this is how it's gonna look for now until we can improve it in the future.
Or better yet, when we have better tools. Speaking of better tools, I'm on a flea market. Of course, I didn't talk outside because people would think I'm crazy talking English and recording. So, yeah, I spotted some woodworking tools and I wish I had more money to buy it all, but oh well. Then I also walked and found some more tools. People were already packing, so I managed to get quite good deals because people didn't want to bargain. They just gave me the lowest price they're gonna sell for it, and I got lucky. And I'm gonna show you what I bought.
This is our call for today. I think this is called a Shinto saw. Shinto rasp, right? We have a bent chisel, which we can either bend back or grind. We'll see. We have the small one that we broke. It's a bit larger, but it'll do. And we have a wood file, which is what I wanted for a long time. Now I finally have. And, a plane. I'm gonna try it out now, actually. I want to see if I can make one of these a bit straighter or something. Let's try with this one. This one's terrible. Alright, so this bent chisel, I unbent it by putting it into the vise and being extremely strong and just bending it back. Just putting it, bend it back because I'm super strong. You can still see it being bent a bit, but I don't think it's too bad. We'll see when I start working with it. I might have to bend it a little bit more, but we'll see. Alright, so this is the next step. All the things that are not colored are going to be taken out or cut out. Well, So idea is screw in here, screw in here, screw in here, and bolt through them all so it can go click clack. Alright. Click clack away, I guess. I'm gonna go get my thing to cut with. I guess it's called a saw or whatever. Bye. I had to move the light because I cannot see anything here, so yeah, I need more lights. Need more lights for this area. Alright, well, the rough cut has been made. The rest Chisel will have to do. Alright, well I drilled out, and this is why this is a useful tool, because now I can get that angle that I wanted to. Really, machine, I was just praising you. Look at how crooked it cut it. That's great. I don't know if we can use this now, or we have to throw it away. Yeah, I don't want to throw it away. I wanted to work so much on it. I'll see what I can do to save it. Just to show you, this is how crooked it cut. Holy shit, that's annoying. Alright, I'm just gonna flatten that with rasp. Don't mind the red stain, that's just my blood. Alright, well, it's alright. I have to cut this part off, and then it can bend. But overall, there we go. It's terrible, but it's great at the same time. Alright, so this part broke, so I just cut it off. Now I'm gonna drill here, but if I drill at this level, it's gonna break. So what I'm gonna do is going to dig this a bit deeper, and then I can drill even lower. And hopefully this time it won't break. We'll see. Bad news on the doorstep. I couldn't take one more step. Alright, so problem is if I wanna punch this down to try to get a hole out. Can you focus, please? Ah, there we go. So I want to punch this down. It's going to bend downwards, and I can do this one. That's no problem. So then I'll do this one, and then flip. Or alternatively, I can just put something underneath at the same height to block it. The problem is if I vise it both together inside, I'm worried this will break. So for now, this is how we're gonna do it. I suppose you can say it's done. It works. See, we can rotate it anywhere. We're gonna put our camera in there, and yeah, it can go up, go straight. The one thing it cannot go is down for right now. Fine, it'll do. It will do. Alright, so next part is we're going to make a wall mount, which is just going to be a plank on a wall. Then we just have to have flat circle, flat. This is where the screw is gonna go through. That's where our mount's gonna go. Yeah, and from that there, this has to go into the with screws. Okay, that's one part. The next part is just going to be planks. together screwed like that, at whatever angle I need. This is kind of hard to draw because I'm looking through the camera instead of directly at the paper, but there we go, that's better. So anyway, it's going to be planks. They're going to be right into that, and then I can move anywhere around the area, and I can adjust how the camera however I want. So that's the idea. I need to start working on it. Yeah, see you around. So my shed table is messier than ever, and yeah, we are finishing up our phone holder. Once we can finish that, I can start fixing up the shed, making more shelves and stuff like that. Why? Why is the priority? Well, I wanted to record stuff for y'all so you can see, and that's why it's been taking me so long to clean this area up, because, yeah, recording comes first, apparently. And that's a terrible angle, and I'm a professional. Right. You're right, professional. Alright, this is the board that's left over from the door, so we'll be using that. It's thick enough to where I can hide a screw in it, and I just need to cut the shape. I'm gonna draw the shape now, and because I can't draw it with one hand, well, I can, but it's not gonna be ideal. I'm gonna bring you back after. Alright, so this is the shape. This is where the nut will go, of course. Haha, nut. I'm a child. Alright, and we're gonna cut this off. Same here, and all this square out. Yeah, definitely cut those off. That off. Gonna drill a hole through. Gonna drill a hole this way for the nut to go in, and the same principle as here, where the nut's gonna go inside. Or I guess this one is better because this one's not gonna break as easily. Yeah, that's the same principle. We're gonna do it with that here, and yeah, that's the last piece that we're gonna do it like this, because this is taking quite a bit of time, and I don't want it to take quite a bit of time. Alright, well, this electric saw did a decent work. It's not a professional tool, so you can't expect much, which is why I didn't follow exactly the lines. I know you can't even see them anymore, basically. But yeah, I didn't follow the lines. We're just gonna use our rasps to finish the job. But it's not too bad. It's not terrible. It does a better job now that the wood is a lot thinner. This wood, of course, because I mean it's not really rated for anything other than plywood, essentially. But I've been using it for whatever. So overall, it's not that bad. It has 800 watts. That's the power output that we're gonna get. So yeah. Apparently there is like something blah 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 Germany, but if you can see, it's made in China. It's a pretty cheap tool. It set me back around $30 or so. So yeah. For what I paid for it, it's pretty good. But do I recommend it? Sure, it's faster than a handsaw. But is it better than a handsaw? I think I could get more precision wood than more precision work out of a handsaw than out of this, personally. Even though it would take a lot longer. Is it as cheap as a handsaw? Well, you can buy approximately 2 handsaw for the price of what I paid for this one. As I said, 800 watts, made in China. People probably go China. $30, and a decent saw, new one, especially if you're new and you don't know how to sharpen the blades like me, that would cost you around $15 at least, I think. So yeah, for the price of 2 saws, it's a pretty good thing. Not too expensive. So yeah. Alright, well, we'll be using these 2 rasps. I don't know which one will be better. I'm still learning. I kind of quite like both. This one has like half circular shape, right? So it's good for these angles. And it's also pretty long, so you can get a lot out of it with its length. But this one is good for general shaping. I think it's better than this one, even though it's all rusty and probably needs sharpening. but it's still pretty good for general shaping. This was called Shinto Rasp. I bought it at a flea market for $2. And this is just a regular wooden rasp, well, not a flat one, but semicircular one. Half flat, half circular. And that one was also $2. So for $2, pretty good, cheap. Am I happy with how it turned out? Definitely not, because I wanted both sides to be flat like this. But now it only looks like a snake that ate an elephant rather than a hat that I wanted, but that's fine. Those who know, they know, alright? That's fine. Anyway, I'm gonna drill holes, I'm gonna shove the nut in, and yeah. Well, I mean, it's the holes that are drilled, so I'm just gonna cut it with a chisel, and then we can fit the nut inside. Alright, so the next step, what I'm gonna do is definitely, well, I managed to put the screw in the exact place, which is lovely. I'm getting really good at making these, which is really cool. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sand it with my electric sander, this one. This thing was also pretty fucking cheap. So you can sand it by hand if you want, if you don't have money. Like I didn't, but this was basically a birthday gift. I got some birthday money and I bought it when I was restoring some chairs, and they definitely helped me do it a lot faster than by hand. Taking off entire coating of old oil from furniture by hand is hell. I recommend buying the cheapest one if you can. If you cannot, that's fine as well, but just use sandpaper. Sandpaper is pretty cheap. Alright, well, I did it. It's now shaped and better. I kind of like it because now it kind of looks rustic. But yeah. What's the next thing we're going to do? I'm not going to do anything with this board. I'm just going to screw this into the board. Put the bolt in first, of course. Then we're going to screw it into the board. And then we're going to be fine. We're probably going to put the board... You know what? I bought this linseed oil. Don't mind etiquette. There we go. No brands on this channel. It's not even a brand. It just says linseed oil in Serbian. That's fine. I kind of like it. I kind of don't like it at the same time. So do let me know what you think. You can see inside was the original color. I kind of like lighter colors over the darker ones, but I also don't hate it that much. Alright, well, it's mounted. Now that it's mounted, I kind of like it. Maybe I'll do the coating on both, but there's no point. This is all temporary. I'll just kind of point it out. And then we also need like a tripod, so if I want to record something outside or anything like that, which, why would I? Maybe I will, I don't know. I'm also thinking I want to be able to record like entire shop, maybe set up stream or something like that. We'll see. I don't know. I have many plans, but all of them require some form of money, so that will take a while. But we will do what we can with the money we have, and I'm not going to despair too much about it. We don't care. We're not that weak to cry because we don't have money. I've not had money in my entire life, so nothing new. Absolutely nothing new. So I'm going to try flatten it using a plane, which I also bought on the marketplace, not the marketplace, whatever. I can't remember the name right now because it's kind of getting late. But I'm going to try to get it planed. I know it's not perfect plane. I know it needs to be adjusted and everything, but it should do the job, whereas this is not going to be that bad, right? So let's try to do that. I'm going to put it in a vise, I'm going to plane it, and bring it back after. Well, it sure is a lot flatter now, so that's good. Still not perfect, but I'm gonna try sand it down now and make it a lot flatter, but yeah. Alright, so the colored parts are being removed, as always. We never want to keep the colored parts in. Haha, funny joke, racism and shit. Anyway, I'm gonna cut that off and gonna bring it back after. See, I don't have a coping saw, nor do I have that big electric saw, whatever you call it. I don't even know its name. It can do shapes for me, so I'm shaping it by hand. It's just a rasp, $2 thing, and of course it's used $2 thing. It's not new. We'll never buy a new tool for $2 because I did that with chisels and they keep chipping for no reason. So yeah, don't waste your time and money on cheap new tools. Buy cheap used old tools. That's my tip for the day. All right, well, this snake that ate an elephant looks a lot better than this one for sure, but they're not like a lot different. So I'm happy with my progress in improving. I'm gonna sand it down a bit more with circular sander or whatever, but I already did a bit, which you can see probably, but I'm just gonna remove the edges because I don't know, I just kind of like that a lot for no reason. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna drill holes and all that. Basically repeat the same process for this one. Bring you back later. Alright, so here it is. This is another one of these. I'm thinking whether I'll linseed oil it or not. Why waste oil on something amateurish, but it's also kind of cool. Considering it's made out of scrap and everything, I think it's really good. Well, not scrap, but stuff I had lying around. For example, this isn't scrap, but I had it lying around. So idea is this part I'm holding on will be nailed onto the board, and that board will be nailed or drilled onto there, and then we have arm, essentially, like this, that can go like this. I'm gonna do it, then I'll show you, but I do want like several of these type of arms eventually. But right now, one should do, I think. Alright, so this is the idea. As I said, we're gonna bolt that in. Then when we put the camera in, this is approximately gonna be the view, which is not too bad. But we'll still adjust it and work on it. It's kind of getting heavy, but I think this shit can hold it. The problem is, can wood hold it? We're just gonna tighten it as much as necessary. Like that. Now it's perfectly straight. Well, as straight as it can be. I do want to add more joints, and I have to cut the corners. Haha. Jokes. But yeah, so it can turn a bit more. But so far, not bad.
Another weekend, another trip to the flea market, and this time I found a very, very useful tool.
Alright, so we built a shelf. We're starting to pile up the wood that we have from here, taking off all the nails. Look how many nails there are. What else? Yeah, well, after that, I'm going to try see what we can do about the storage underneath. Sort it out a bit. I don't know. But I can't just keep everything here on the desk, can I? Originally, I thought the shelf would be for that, but then I'm like, I'm still going to be stepping all over all this wood. So I'm just going to store it here for now. Also, these that are holding all of that are not nailed in, but that's because I want to use those desks, those boards for something in the future. So for now, it's good enough, I think. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, I'll bring you back once I'm done with all of this, because first of all, I have nowhere to put the camera where you can see me doing this. And second of all, yeah, I'll just do it faster if I'm not recording. Alright, well, I made it. I want one more joint, like that. So right now we can move it this way, we can move it this way, but then if we move it this way, it's not straight. So if I add one more joint, that would go underneath. If we add one more joint, then I could bend it in any direction. For example, I can move it here, like this, then I can move it here, and one more joint would move it this way, so it would be straight still over a desk in any, in any direction I want it. But so far, it might be so good. I don't know what to see, but that's around the view that you're gonna get. It's sure as hell is better than the previous one. Should be easily easily handle the weight of the phone. Hopefully, we'll see. Yeah, it's looking decent. All right, well, it's made. Can bend it this way, make it straight, and there, and then we can do it like this, and it's still gonna be mostly straight. Right, so we can adjust it here, and then adjust it here, and I'll still be looking at it straight, or if you want it longer, you can adjust it like that. You can also adjust it a little bit up, down. So that's where the phone's gonna be for there. I do plan on using the same setup, like this one, but put it on the wall somewhere over there. So let me just put this away. It's not bothering me. There we go. See, you can neatly be followed away. So if I'm doing something where it's in my way, I can move it. There are definitely different ways I could have done it, but for now, that should be fine. From here, I also want to put it so you can, when I'm doing something bigger, that's where it's gonna go. It's gonna be drilled into this wall, and it's gonna be looking this way. That should be fine. All right. Well, I installed the light here, and the shelf, which is crooked to the right. Why? Well, because what I was measuring, if it's leveled with, wasn't good, so it's set it up. I can always move it down if it bothers me too much, and I might, but for right now I just want to store my stuff and be done with it, because I can't quite work with everything on here. So I'm just gonna start moving stuff down there. Yeah, starting to look a lot more workshopy, even if it's just this tiny area, because that area we still cannot use because it's still raining through and it's frustrating. But whatever, it's fine. I also put this hanger, or whatever, coat hanger on the door, so now I can hang my stuff there. That's nice. Also, some of you have been wondering how tall the door is. I have no idea. I've not measured it, but I'm 6'1" or so. So, yeah. All right. Well, there's a ton of screws down here on the ground, but there's also broken glass, and I don't want to touch this with my hand, but I want to collect those screws. So what am I gonna do? Well, I'm gonna call ghost. No, I'm gonna take apart this old hard drive. See, this hard drive, they should have strong magnets. This is 120 gigabytes hard drive, so you know it's trash and useful for nothing else. So I'm gonna take it apart. All right, so this hard drive that I taken apart, I found the magnet. It is pretty powerful. How powerful? Pretty decent. I mean, yeah, it's pretty good, honestly. What about the other side? The other side's not that good. Can I stop? You see, it's a bit of a struggle to take it off. I'm thinking if I can take it off so I can use both sides, but maybe not. Who cares? Anyway, the other part is this mirror, or I guess the hard disk itself. I'm gonna use it as a mirror for stuff. So I'm gonna put this on the shelf somewhere on the back with the stuff I'm not gonna use that much, like what? I don't know, like back here. And look, we have light now. We can light up whatever we need. We can move light more down so we can look at the stuff at the floor, which is all not cleared yet, but I had enough cleaning for today, honestly. I want to do stuff, so now we can do stuff. We have our stuff stored. Might expand the shelf, I might not, we'll see. Also, the light is cool because I can switch the colors. I think I showed this light already, but I think it's cool. Look at it. I never had this sort of thing in a shelf, like a light on a shelf or a shed. And I think it's starting to look pretty good. Yeah, I had to step outside so you can see. Yeah, it's nice. Quite a lot of screws, isn't it? It's pretty good. It's gonna help you clear this up. If only I could turn it off though. If I made electromagnet or whatever you call it in English, that would be a lot easier because now I could turn it off, just remove the screws, but it's fine. Better than touching glass with hand, that's for sure. Alright, well, the last thing I'm gonna do for today, because it's already evening, so I'm gonna put a lock over there on the door so we can lock our shed. But I think it's looking beautiful, isn't it? I really like it. I'm a big fan. We should all fit in one frame, but whatever. That's the best we can do. I'm literally up against the wall. Anyway, this board is gonna be bolted in with the last 4 screws we have into the frame over there. And then we're gonna put our lock mechanism on the door and stuff like that. And that's gonna be that, I reckon. Alright, the lock's put in. And I do have, or at least whatever's gonna hold the lock is put in. Now if I want to put in my tools and everything, the lock will be using. I don't know how easy this is to lockpick. We're gonna have to ask McNally, but perfect. Now the question is how I'll unlock it. I have no idea. I've been chilling here. It just felt cozy. Look, we have wood for working with. We have our light, some of our tools. So chill, man. I was so unhappy because it took me like this entire week to make that phone stand. And to be fair, I was fairly busy. So every day I come from work and then start a fire first, while eat lunch, start a fire in home, clean or whatever, and then come here and sometimes nap. To be fair, I need to nap and rest after work, and then just after that I come here, start a fire here, and I maybe work for 1 hour. Maybe I work for 2 hours. Who knows? But yeah, definitely had a lot more work, a lot of figuring out, which was pretty fun, but it kind of sucked having accomplished nothing. And then today I just built all of this, so felt pretty good. And also weekend, I was busy. I had to go to my grandma's house. I had to fix her power power outlet that broke in the kitchen, which was fun because they don't know how to use those. uh that's fun. And anyway, I've been chilling here. It's brand cozy. As you can see, I'm no longer in my jacket because the fire's been heating this place up pretty good, pretty good. And when I get cold, I just turn on the fan and it blows the hot air. So that's cool. What else? I think that's about it. I think we can end it here for today. And you can catch me again next week. See you later. Bye bye.